Have you ever wondered how much it costs to live in Florida? Because there's so many people who are moving here. I am one of those people. I just moved to Florida. I'm also posting like some vlogs and like restaurants and reviews and like showing you around. But anyways, today in this video, I'm gonna calculate out everything, approximately how much it costs to actually live in Florida. So if you're an immigrant or maybe you want to move to Florida, you have no idea what the prices are here because I came here from Texas and everything costs more. I used to buy this celery juice for like $7 in Texas, and I bought it the other day. It's $11 something. I was like, but I had to. So anyways, I'm calculating everything for you. I'm gonna put screenshots up here and we'll see if you can afford it because what's happening here is insane. I'm not even gonna look up how much it costs to buy a house because it's ridiculous. Almost very near California prices like 2 years ago. So the first thing I wanted to know is, what's the pay? What kind of job can you get? How much can you earn? So the minimum wage in Florida is $11 per hour. Basic minimum wage, $11 per hour. Except if you are a tipping employee, which means that you can live off of tips like a waitress. Here's a screenshot. Tipping minimum wage in different states. So you see some states have like very minimum, like Georgia, $2.13. I have a separate video on going through every single state and its tipping minimum wage. In Florida, the tipping minimum wage is $7.98. So if you work at a restaurant, they can choose to pay you that minimum wage or something higher. Okay, so to look for a job, I went on Craigslist. On the side here, you can see jobs, and I just pulled up a few. Let's see this. The Original Egg is now hiring part-time dishwasher. It's a part-time, above average daily, above average pay, part-time. If you don't know what part-time and full-time is, I'll get into it in a minute. So above average, I'm thinking maybe $12, but it's still only part-time. Here's a screenshot of what part-time, full-time, and overtime means, just in case you don't know. Part-time employees work less than a full work week, average 20 to 30 hours per week. So instead of working from 9 to 5, you may work from 9 to 1. And then after your shift is over, you can go to your second job. A full-time is a minimum of 40 hours of work per week, so a 9 to 5. Overtime is when you work over 5 p.m. So let's say your hours are 9 to 5, but you work past 5 p.m., then you make a little additional amount to your hourly. So let's say your hourly is $12 on a regular basis, but if you are working overtime past your clock, then maybe you get 50 cents extra or 75 cents extra per hour, so $12.75. Continuing, beverage cart server. This is at a golf club. This is part-time and they pay $20 to $24 per hour, which is I think it's pretty good. It has a very few amount of requirements. See, normal hours from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's the part-time. Must be service-oriented and great with people, able to mix basic cocktails. Now, usually if you have to mix cocktails, they would require you to have a bartender's license so that you know what you're doing. Also on Craigslist, you have to be very, very careful because there's so many scams. And I did took a screenshot of it, something that's 110 million% sure is a scam. So be very careful. If a listing looks like there's not enough information in it, it's possibly a scam. So, waiter and waitress. So you see how it shows like kind of like what you're gonna have to do. This is a full-time job. The compensation will be hourly rate plus gratitude. So this hourly rate can mean that $7 something per hour because it is a tipping job. Okay, next one. Front desk position, so receptionist basically. Full-time, and you're either gonna get paid $13 to $15 per hour. Maybe they want to pay $14.50. There are some qualifications to this. Prior experience as hostess is helpful. You have to have great customer service skills, communication, knowledge, and iPad. So if you have, it does not say that you have to have previous experience, but it said that it will be helpful. A vape shop store manager. So this is full-time and $16 per hour plus tips. Who tips at a vape shop? I've seen so many TikTok videos right now that the tipping culture is getting out of hand. Like everyone's expecting a tip. A smoke shop tipping? For what? For ringing my card? You're just like scanning the barcode and I have to give you a tip for that? That's crazy. But store manager, $16 per hour. The reason why I'm telling you these prices is because we're gonna go over how much you're gonna make and how much you can afford to rent. Next one is truck warehouse associate. Full-time, 15 to 16 per hour. $16.50 per hour. Description: stand-up reach truck experience required. Bold text, very first line. So it requires you to have a previous experience doing the same job at another location before. What if you never worked in a warehouse before but you want to? Then this job is not for you. Daily tasks, earn up to $16.50 an hour. Benefits, weekly paychecks, that's good. Direct deposit, medical, dental insurance, very good. Advanced opportunities, must be able to pass tests on site to qualify. This is the scam I wanted to show you. Money, money, money. Your opportunity to change your life. No boss, no BS. Scam. Scam. Run. Do not click any links. Scammers are posting links all over the internet, sending you text messages from random numbers. Like, did you see this picture of you and then a link? You click it and it gives them an access to, it's like a door. You open a door for them and they can go through the electronics of your device to your computer or your phone and they can access your informations and you don't want that. Now that's done with the jobs. Let's get a little bit into taxes. Luckily, there's no state tax in Florida, but you still have to take federal tax. So I found some examples of, let's say, the screenshot. If you make $70,000 per year, you will be taxed $13,523, meaning that your net, so gross is what you make before tax. The $70,000 net is what you keep in your bank account after you pay tax, and what you keep is $56,477. That's $4,706 per month. Okay, so here's a screenshot. So normally, if you have a full-time job, you're gonna work 52 weeks per year. So let's see one of these jobs. Okay, let's see you take this front desk position for $13 per hour times 40, because 40 hours is what you're gonna be working a week. That's $520. You work 52 weeks per year. That's $27,040. Here is a screenshot of calculating what your taxes are gonna be. There's a tax bracket. The more you make, the higher percentage of taxes you're gonna pay, because this 27,000 is below average. It's below average. It's a very low tax rate on the bracket, only 13.1%. So from $27,040, your total taxes are gonna be $3,554. So you're gonna have $23,486 left to you. That's yours. You're keeping it. So from 27,000, you're only keeping 23. Now let's look at some apartments. I'm currently looking in the Sarasota area because these jobs were in the Sarasota area. The reason why I looked in this area, for the jobs and the apartments, because there's so many people, especially from California, that are moving to Sarasota. So it's a big city. There's big opportunities. There are a lot of smaller cities in Florida that are cheaper, but there are less jobs available and they probably have lower payments. When you rent an apartment, your monthly income has to be 3 times more than the apartment cost. So let's say you make $520 per week, 4 weeks in a month, that's $2,080. Divide this in 3. $693 is how much you can legally spend on an apartment if you rent by yourself. Let's go on apartments.com and see what we have. So let's see, my maximum budget is $750. Just to round it up, maybe you make like a little bit more. No results found. On apartments.com, there's nothing to rent for under $750. Now, you could look at Craigslist, but as a single female living alone, I would not risk that because that's very risky. And the problem with renting through a person instead of a company is that that person can sell their properties at any time. You don't sign a contract, most likely. You just often just pay cash so they can commit tax fraud, and they can kick you out at any time. When you rent from a company, you have a contract. They cannot kick you out, and if they try to, they have to pay you compensation. So unfortunately, apartments.com, there was nothing that you can afford. Let's go on this website. This is just one website of many. This is Roomies. You can find a roommate. So let's see some of the options in Sarasota. This place. My home offers you a very comfortable queen bedroom in a shared home. $995. Not in our budget. And then there are people who are looking for apartments. So you can post here that my name is da da da, my age is this, and this is how much I'm willing to pay. So some guy is willing to pay $850. This girl and this guy both $1,000 for rent. Another home, you need a second job. That is expensive. Let's get into insurance, because you also have to pay insurance. Okay, so insurances in Florida are a lot higher than in other states. There's also flood zone, and then we all know about the hurricanes. They come every year, so insurance is high. This screenshot shows that the average Floridian driver pays $112 a month for insurance. Now, if you have a more expensive car or a newer car, then your insurance is going to be higher. If you have an older car, and it's paid off, you can have like a lower insurance. But if you're leasing or renting and your car is like newer, like 1 to 3 years old, your insurance is gonna be higher. And then it says this is more than twice the national average for minimum coverage, which is around $53 per month in other states on average. Let's go find some cars. In case you don't have a car, in case you're an immigrant and you just moved here, you're gonna need a car. Now the cheapest way to get is a used car. You can go on CarMax, where you can browse from home. You can search what kind of car you want or what size. I just put in sedan. Show me sedans. Now, buying a used car, you also have to be careful. You don't want something that's gonna break down in a couple of weeks and you have to spend money to fix it. I personally would not go for a car that has a high mileage. So you see the second one, 100,000 miles on it? No. I mean, yes, it's cheap, only $13,000, but 100,000 miles, that's a lot. And it's not even that old, it's from 2016. The very first one, 2021 Kia, $21,998. A little bit expensive, but $42,000 is like not that bad for the mileage. Oh, here's one from 2019 Kia, $18,998, 49,000 miles on it. But if you go to a car dealership, you might be able to find a better deal. And let's calculate the monthly payment for this car. So if I do a $2,000 down payment, which is what you give from your bank account as cash, or you can even pay with credit card. So you pay it and they deduct that $2,000 from the price. And then let's say your length term is 72 months. So for 72 months, you're gonna pay monthly for this car, but you're also gonna pay APR on it, which is interest, for borrowing money for this car. Here is everything calculated together. Vehicle price, $18,998. Estimated taxes and fees, $1,850. Down payment, where you gave the $2,000, deducted from here. So your total for the car is gonna be $18,848 before the APR, because the APR is added to your monthly payment. Let's calculate it all together. If they are charging you $349 per month, you see how it says estimated pay $349 to $398? That's included with the 9.95 APR interest. After you pay off the car and you pay off the interest, the car's total that you paid is gonna be $25,128. So instead of $18,000, it's $25,000. So additional, what, $6,000? But if you pay it off sooner, then you don't have to pay all that interest. That's what I do. I pay it off more every month. I've said more to it. This is how much it costs to live in Florida. These are like some of the prices you have to know. Insurance, car. I mean, if you're not buying a car, you already have one, then you don't have to worry about that. But the renting part is accurate. I am renting a house, which is almost $3,000 a month. And this is crazy because I had the same house in Florida. I was renting in Florida before. It's not my first time living here. And for the same exact house, I was paying $1,200 something. So the prices went up like crazy. But since that, the minimum wage has also gone up. But this is something you have to look at. If you're only making $13 an hour, you cannot afford to live on your own. You have to make 3 times the amount of what the apartment you want to rent costs. That's why so many people live with roommates. That was it for this video. Welcome to Florida. Everything is a little more expensive. Gas is almost the same price as California. All the foods right now, they cost more than other states. Like, it's crazy. When I saw the price for the celery juice, I was just like, where am I? What's happening? Florida is very expensive. If you are trying to move to Florida, maybe wait a year or so until prices drop, because $1,700 or $1,800 for a 1-bedroom apartment is insane. And that's the cheap one.